Hello everyone, my name's Vanessa and I'm a distinguished architect at Cisco, and it's a real pleasure to be here today to chat to you about a very hot topic, enabling flexible workspaces, and in particular how you can enable flexible workspaces with Cisco Webex. Now it's a new decade and boy what a start to the decade we've had, and we've seen disruption across all industries. And nearly every organisation has had no choice but to adapt and change the way their people are working. At the start of the year, we saw the usual buzzing and busy New Year's energy in our offices, and our workplaces were that usual hive of activity. And then suddenly, within the space of a few weeks, we went from this to this. And unfortunately, for most organisations, our knowledge workers have temporarily left the building. And this has meant that the way the majority of your people worked, the way they worked in their teams and the physical meetings together in the office, they now need to do remotely. And that remote connectivity from home has become an absolute imperative. And your people need to be able to work and be productive from their homes, where they probably have many different technologies, lots of different physical setups, but they've also got their families, their spouses, kids and pets, they're all at home too, and these are all challenges. And what all organisations are now realising, something that I've actually believed for a very long time, is that work is what you do. It's not where you are. Your people are still working. They're just not in the office at the moment. And the big question is, how well are they working? Are they just doing emails and basic calls and messaging? Is that good enough? The new evolving flexible workspace needs to enable your people to do all the activities that they need to do and be productive from anywhere. And when we think about those key activities that your people need to do, at the core, they need to connect to people and they need to connect to content. And one of the first concerns that we saw from most organisations was, how does everybody work securely from home? Now, Cisco has some great security and networking and wireless technology that's hopefully helped to get them connected to your corporate assets. But the next challenge is, how do we connect with people? How do they connect with their teams and their customers? Your people need to be able to do things like persistent messaging and team sharing, and to have engaging calls and meetings. And they need to be able to create and co-create and share content with people inside and outside your organisation. Now, what your people really need is an intelligent, flexible virtual workspace that allows them to actively collaborate and participate from home, on the go, and when they do get back into the office. Now, to do this, you need a platform that can allow your people to easily do all of those activities, but do it in the most engaging and productive way. You need a platform like Webex. Now, many of you will probably know and associate Webex with meetings. But Webex is actually our secure collaboration platform that provides all of the collaboration workloads that your people do, like calling and meetings and messaging and teaming and video, and does it in a really flexible manner. Our Webex client is also the virtual interface that your people can use to access all of those collaboration workloads, the calling, the meetings, the messaging, teaming, and video. The Webex platform actually gives you a huge amount of choice and flexibility, with all of those collaboration workloads now being available natively from the cloud, including our Webex calling and Webex contact center. But we've also got those collaboration workloads available on-prem, and they've been delivered on-prem for over 20 years. But very importantly, you also have the option of a really robust hybrid architecture. And this allows you to enable and leverage cloud services from your on-prem collab assets. But we also take into account a very, very critical point for many of you, which is Webex provides secure cloud services. Many of you probably have had misgivings about cloud in the past, and now you've been hastily forced to use a lot of cloud services. One of the key questions that we've always asked is around security. Now, security for Cisco is not a bolt-on, it's not an afterthought. In fact, in Cisco, security is a mandate. Security by default and security by design. All of our platforms, services, and applications are built with security in mind. Cisco actually has a separate trust and security organization with over 1,000 people that are dedicated to overseeing the privacy and security of all of our products and services. And we're very open and transparent about our security posture and our dedication to our customers' data privacy. Now, this secure architecture, the security posture, and our transparency should give you the confidence to enable Cisco Collaboration Cloud services either through direct cloud connectivity or through the hybrid architecture. And the Webex platform can also provide you with options to transition to cloud workloads for your calling, for your meetings, for your messaging, for your teaming and video, and also for your contact center, but do it at your own pace. You may start with meetings, or you may start with calling and integrate these to the on-prem environments that you have. And you can even do this site by site when you're ready. And our Webex client can connect and integrate to whatever deployments you have, cloud, hybrid, and third-party solutions. The Webex Unified application can also provide all of you users collaboration workload needs. All of their meetings, calling, messaging, teaming, content sharing, and all of the integrations into other applications from their desktop, from their mobile, from the tablet, from a browser. And some really great news is that you'll soon be able to enable the Webex Unified app in a very modular fashion. So depending on your users' needs and their different work styles, you'll be able to actually selectively enable the client for, say, calling only mode, or for meetings only mode, or callings plus meetings. And this will provide you with the opportunity to transition to your cloud collab workloads, and you'll be able to mix and match the different workloads to meet your different user needs. Now, we've been doing collaboration at Cisco for over 20 years, and one thing that we've learned over the years, and one thing that we've really realized, is that across all of organizations, people work differently. And we have different work styles and different ways that people prefer to work, different work flows, and now different workspaces that we all will choose to use. And Webex as a platform gives you the capabilities and choice and flexibility to enable your people to work at their best, fitting in the way that they prefer to work. So let's have a quick look at some of the ways that Webex can enable those activities that your people need to do. Now more than ever, team collaboration has become so important. We need access to team spaces to stay connected to our teams and connect with new teams. We need persistent messaging and content so we can catch up on team activities, because for many of us, we're definitely not working normal work hours. We also need to connect directly with those key individuals that we work with every day. So we need to connect to individuals, see their availability, chat with them, but not just have text messages with them. We also need to be able to call them. And we all know how messaging can get pretty cumbersome. And these calling soft phone capabilities can be delivered by our CUCM-based calling or by Webex calling. Now, something that's really interesting is that we're all still doing lots of meetings, and in fact, we're probably doing more meetings. All of those coffee machine chats that we had in the office now seem to be virtual meetings. And so to easily stay on top of the loads of meetings that you have, you can easily join Webex from the meeting reminder pop-up. And as you're joining, you can choose how you want to join the meeting from an audio and video perspective. And what's also really cool is you can also see who's already in the meeting before you join. And one of the really great things that we've seen come out of these really challenging times is that people are really embracing video. We've seen an over 400% increase in video usage, and this is steadily climbing. And since everybody is now remote, the remote participants are no longer those second-class citizens. We're all working remote. And once we join a virtual meeting, we've got the flexibility to choose how we prefer to interact with content and how we want to participate with video and what views that we want to use. Now for content, we can not just share content, but we can also actively co-create. And we can co-create from desktop, from mobile, or actually from a device. And we've seen that we can use video to really get our work done. We can outline to people what we need to get done, and we can stay properly engaged with our teams. And video has become the really big equalizer. We've seen amazingly how inclusive and social video interaction can be. And people are now chatting and commenting on other people's home offices and, the potential setups that they have. And we're also meeting their families, the kids and the pets. And all of this is really cool. Now you can also hold small or large virtual events on Webex, and now you can reach even further as you can stream your Webex meetings out to the social platforms like Twitter and YouTube. And our meetings have also got a lot smarter. So Webex has an optional Webex assistant that can be enabled that can analyze all of the spoken content of the meeting and provide live transcriptions, closed captions, automated meeting highlights, and you can even ask the assistant to do things like, okay, Webex, take an action, or okay, Webex, take a note, or the decision is, and all of this will be captured, included in the detailed meeting summary and recording. And what this means is that you may not need to listen to a whole recording to catch up on a meeting that you've missed, but get the highlights and see what needs to be done. Now, when we think about your people's workflow, at Cisco, we recognize that we all have different applications, and there's lots of different applications in your organization, such as Microsoft applications. And so we've actually done a considerable amount of work providing options to tightly integrate the Webex real-time collaboration services for calling, for meetings, and for video directly into your Microsoft applications. So you can actually launch and schedule and attend a Webex meeting or make and receive calls using Cisco Collaboration right from your Microsoft Teams channels. Now, hopefully soon, when we slowly come out of our isolation hibernation, your people will want to be able to seamlessly move between different workspaces, and will want the flexibility to choose where they work from, right? They work from home, they work out and about on the go. And when they are actually on the move, and like Sherry here, they'll easily be able to join meetings and collaboration interactions on their way into the office. And then the Webex collaboration devices and clients have been designed to seamlessly work together. So when we do start going back into our offices, you'll be able to enable your people to seamlessly move from one workspace to another. So from their virtual workspace, transitioning to the physical workplace and back again. And as I mentioned earlier, it's been amazing to see everybody embracing video. People are starting to really understand the value of visual communications for engagement. And you'll need to consider the video experiences that you now provide from the office. And some more good news here is there's lots of options for you to actually video enable even the smaller spaces to the largest and the different flexible workspaces that you have. But an important thing that I'd like you to realize is that these video devices are not just video endpoints. They're in fact AI-enabled intelligent workplace devices. They're actually big sensors, and to entice everyone back to the office, you may need to elevate that workplace experience that you provide. And we can do this through intelligence and automation and using AI to provide enhanced cognitive experiences with things like voice-enabled assistance, facial detection and facial recognition, noise detection, intelligent pairing and sharing, being able to count the amount of people that are actually using your workspaces, knowing when a workspace is in use, and all of these intelligent experiences can be enabled via the Webex devices and clients and can provide automation before, during, and after our collaborative interactions and our meetings. Now, unfortunately, there's no going back to 2019. And even those organisations that were strongly against working from home will need to consider providing flexibility to their employees. And we may see for some people, instead of working from home being the exception, it'll become the norm. And instead of working 1 or 2 days a week or a fortnight from home, actually working 1 or 2 days a week from the office. And so you'll need to provide that flexibility. You'll need to ensure that those at home, those on the go, those in the office can work and collaborate the way they need to and have those same experiences. Now, in this current climate, even when it gets better, we'll all need to be prepared for the next challenge. And you should be ready as part of your business continuity planning to be disrupted again and change and adapt as necessary. And to do that, you'll need an intelligent, cohesive, robust, secure virtual workspace like Webex. Thank you.